I want to talk about how mold can make you sick. So mold organisms produce a waste product called mycotoxin. And this comes from Greek. The mycos is for fungus, and the toxin literally means poison. So these would be fungal poisons. And molds put these off, and that's what can make you ill. So I'm going to go over the different mycotoxins that are common to find in the human body from mold exposure and tell you what they can do. So first of all, there's hundreds of kinds of mycotoxins that can exist, and they don't all make you sick, but these are the most common ones. So first is aflatoxin. So aflatoxins are produced by the Aspergillus species of mold. There's 4 different kinds of these aflatoxins. There's B1, B2, G1, G2. What's really interesting is that the B1 form of aflatoxin is a very potent carcinogen. That means it causes cancer. How many times? First of all, we're approaching rates of nearly 1 in 2 people who get cancer. It's crazy out of control. It's not all caused by mold, but mold is a big contributor and can be a cause. So more reason to have your environment safe. One of the cancers that is most associated with the aflatoxins is liver cancer. So don't want that penicillium mold. And that brings me to another comment. People always talk about black mold. Black mold is called Stachybotrys, and black mold is very harmful, but it's not the only mold that's harmful. This aflatoxin does not come from black mold, and a lot of the others that I'm going to read off also do not come from black mold. So just because it's not black mold, don't think that that means it's okay to be around. Second, I want to talk about is ochratoxin. And ochratoxin is a mycotoxin that comes in 3 forms. A, B, and C. They're all produced by the Penicillium and the Aspergillus forms of mold. That's what made me so sick. One of them was ochratoxin A that I had gotten in the Aspergillus and Penicillium exposure. So what does ochratoxin cause in the human body? Again, cancer. It's crazy how many of these molds are associated with cancer. But in addition to cancer, kidney problems, kidney disease, and kidney stress. Now, your kidneys control your blood pressure. Your kidneys, of course, are filtering waste out of your body all the time. They don't need one more stress, coming down the pike. So that's why we want to be sure that this ochratoxin is not in your environment or in your food. Ochratoxin is one of those mycotoxins that can be present in a lot of the mold-containing foods. Now, there's a mycotoxin called citrinin, and this mycotoxin also comes from Aspergillus and Penicillium. Have you noticed how many of these mycotoxins come from Aspergillus and Penicillium? So those are important to pay attention to. Citrinin also works to cause kidney damage. So again, no bueno. Fusarium is another mycotoxin. Fusarium is another mold that produces over 50 species of mycotoxins that can make you sick. And they affect the nervous system. So all the neurological symptoms that you might have can be traced to Fusarium. Fusarium also contributes to cancer. Finally, we get to Stachybotrys, which is black mold, and that's the one that people tend to know about. The Stachybotrys affects your central nervous system, and so it can cause symptoms like a headache, irritability, lightheadedness, difficulty sleeping, concentration and focus problems, mental fatigue, alopecia, which is when you lose excessive amounts of hair, rashes, eye irritation. So when you look at these different mycotoxins and the health conditions they can cause, definitely the black mold, the Stachybotrys, causes a wider range of health problems, but all the others are bad and all the others have literally been linked to cancer. The final mycotoxin I want to talk about is one called mycophenolic acid. And this is one of the ones that got me personally so badly. Mycophenolic acid also comes from the Aspergillus and Penicillium family of molds. And what it does is it makes your immune system unable to handle candida in your body. So think about that. If you know somebody who's always fighting candida, always on the diet, always trying to take stuff to kill candida, and they still are fighting it, it is very likely that they have this mycophenolic acid toxin, the mycotoxin, in their body contributing to that.